Pantine Psychiatric Hospital, where JoyNews' Maxwell Agbagba is live there for us. Maxwell, if you can hear me, has the situation changed from when you last reported? What is the current situation?
Well, Daniel, it's still a desperate situation here at the Psycho Outpatients Department of the Pantine Psychiatric Hospital. A lot of relatives are still hanging around, pleading to the medical personnel here to attend to their relatives that they brought here to this facility. In fact, the man in the background, I'm sure you can see him. The man in the background, actually, he came here sometime around 8 o'clock a.m. and he came all the way from the Volta region. He tells me he came from Hohoi, and in fact, it was a police patrol vehicle that brought his daughter here, and that should tell you how critical her daughter's condition is currently. In fact, they came along with this bag, and this one has her clothes, her things that she'll be using if she's admitted here at this facility. But as it stands right now, medical personnel here are not attending to him, and he is currently in a desperate situation. He's been pleading, he's been going up and about, he's been going up and down, begging for the medical officers here to take care of her ward. But that has not been the case. And some few minutes ago, we saw an aggressive patient who was brought in here. Doctors, medical officers here were not willing to attend to him. As it stands right now, a lot of relatives are still walking around hoping that medical officers here will be able to attend to their relatives. So, Daniel, if you ask me, that is the situation here at this point. It has not changed. We are hoping that it will change very soon, but it looks like medical personnel here are still bent on embarking on this sit-down strike, Daniel.
Now, tell us more about this aggressive patient you were describing earlier. Was he calmed down? Has he been moved from there? What's the situation with him?
Well, his relatives were actually trying to calm him down. They were trying to take him to other, places, other places around this place. But he would not, move. Usually, if they give him some medicine, it would actually calm him down. But that has not happened right now. At this point, I don't know where he has passed, but we'll try and find out and then get you that update. But there's a gate over there. You can see the security man closing that gate. That gate, for instance, has been locked. It had a sign on it stating that no work. So the moment people from outside get closer to this facility, when they see the sign no work, some of them move back, but some of them actually also try to interrogate to find out exactly why they are not working. And the security man over there has a difficult job of explaining to them why they are not working. But I have with me here the head of staff, Elvis Ekwamwa. He is more or less like, should I say you're the one leading this? Can I say that?
Senior staff member.
Okay. He's a senior staff member. Now, Elvis, tell me, why are you resorting to this? Why do you have to embark on a sit-down strike? Some people say that this is purely a management issue, and you could have allowed management to deal, with this issue, not you, the medical officers here.
Yeah, they're correct. It's a management issue. We are staff, and when we have concerns, we ask our management questions, and we've had answers. We've seen that management was trying to handle the issue by communicating to all relevant stakeholders. We have letters that they've written, some dating as far back as February 2015. The recent communication is dated July 2017. But nothing has come out of this correspondence, a lot. It's a pamphlet of correspondence. The issue has to do with the frontage of our hospital being taken over by private developers. And that is impacting negatively on our operations. As we speak, this facility, the psychiatric OPD, is said to be on a private property. And so when that person wants to develop his land, the psychiatric OPD will be gone. And that's how it starts. Today is a psychiatric OPD. Tomorrow it may be the entire administration block. And before you realize it, Pantine Hospital will not be here.
Maxwell.
As we speak now, there's somebody who is developing an area close to...
Yeah, hello, Daniel.
Right, Maxwell, do we have some of these patients engaging the hospital staff? What is their reaction when the hospital staff are telling them that they are going on strike? And does it affect the staff in any way?
Well, it's more of disappointment for a lot of them. the woman that I was telling you earlier, who came here, she actually said that her daughter has been hallucinating throughout the night. So she came here purposely to get some medication for her to, alleviate her situation. But that did not happen. In fact, she did not get the medication for her daughter. She had to go all the way. They referred her to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, and at the point that we were here, she was still walking out of the compound, going to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. It was more of disappointment for him. This other gentleman that you've seen, old man you're seeing, who came all the way from the Volta region, in fact, he spoke to us earlier when we came. He agreed to talk to us. In fact, he talked to us. But this second time, when we wanted to engage him, he's frustrated by what is happening, and he's very angry about it. So he told us that he's not going to talk to us, and that's why he has actually moved back to the other side of of the facility. So for a lot of the relatives here, they are gradually running out of patience. Right now they don't want to talk to any media person, because initially when we came, they thought that when they talk to us and it's out there in the media and people are talking about it, their issues will be resolved. It looks the case that we've been here for the past 2 hours. We've engaged them, past like 2 hours and all of that.
Right.
Not seen any changes, and it looks like the situation is rather aggravating. So they are not really, willing to talk to us right now, and they are really angry about the situation, Daniel.
Right. So Maxwell, you were telling us that where you are standing is the outpatients department, where the industrial action is beginning. We usually know that OPDs are full of patients. People are walking about, and that's most of the time the busiest spot of the hospital. Tell us a bit about how that situation has changed from the time you reached there this morning.
Well, Daniel, it would interest you to know that on a normal day when you come here, the hustle and bustle here, it's visible, it's clear for all to see. You would find the nurses here running around with folders. But very early in the morning when we came here, they were all seated, very calm. They were not doing anything. In fact, you can see here right now, this is the psycho outpatient department where we are right now. The seats are virtually empty. There's a medical officer, there's a media person. If you can see behind me, these are, medical officers. These are nurses who are supposed to be, helping patients here, running around with their folders, taking them to the necessary department. But all of that is not happening. In fact, if you look at this side also, these are not, patients. No, they are not. They are media people who have come to ascertain from themselves exactly what is happening. I want to show you the other side of the outpatient department also. My cameraman at this point, I want him to pan for us so you can have a good view of the other side of the outpatient department. That side is also completely empty. You can just see about 4 relatives seated there, and they are waiting patiently for somebody to attend to them. But they've made some desperate effort to go in there to get medical officers to attend to them. But it looks like that is also not happening. So it looks like it's inactivity, here at the Pantine Psychiatric Hospital. At this point, the patrol vehicle, the police patrol car that brought the other lady that I was talking about, who is mentally unstable, but medical officers are able to attend to her. The vehicle that brought her is back, and I'm sure in some few minutes they'll be taking her back to the Volta region where she came from. So it looks like nothing has really changed, but we're still here monitoring the situation to see how it pans out here, Daniel, at the Pantine Psychiatric Hospital.
We understand that some people have been moved to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, but you were saying that these staff are adamant they won't treat anyone anymore. Why do you think these 4 people are still there waiting? Is it a matter of hope?
Well, Danny, if I heard you right, you're asking why they're still here waiting?
Right.
Well, they are hoping that the situation will change. In fact, when you interact with them, they tell you that they know that the nurses here are actually humans, and they would hit to their plea if they're able to convince them. So they tell you that that is what they want to do. But I've been here for about 3 hours. We were here since 7 o'clock, 7:30 a.m. We've monitored the situation, and nothing is changing. So I don't know what you're talking about when they say that these nurses would hit to their plea. So as it stands right now, nothing has really changed. The situation is still the same, and they're still hanging around to see if something would be done to save the situation right now, Daniel.
Okay, so we'll be monitoring what is happening at the Pantine Psychiatric Hospital, where my colleague Maxwell Agragwa is standing by. Thank you very much, Maxwell, for that report. He is currently monitoring what is happening there with regards to the strike by the staff of the hospital. We'll be there all day now.